Hello to everybody out there. Just want to do another video here. I got a lot on my mind, and I just want to show you kind of a little insight of what I do. I just got done getting a good workout, like I showed you the other day. I just finished that, doing arms and everything. So I'm done with that. And now I'm getting ready to do a vegan barbecue. This is the way you do it right here. So you get you some wood right here. I got wood. I bought this wood, but I also collect wood. Outside. I just go around through the canal areas and everywhere around the ditch banks and just collect wood. And that's what I usually make my fires with. But tonight I'm doing it, I'm cutting it myself with this hatchet right here. See? Cutting some wood up. Get some wood pieces right here for my stove. Get my stove going. Let me grab my stove real quick. Here's my stove. Go ahead and put some wood in that. Chop up some wood, put some wood in that, make myself a nice vegan barbecue tonight. You gotta be careful when you're chopping this wood, you can hurt yourself. You know, but I use some clippers too, branches that I got. Cut those branches down into smaller parts. But I love having a fire every night. You know, it's a tribal thing. It's very tribal. And I just got done eating some marijuana too. Instead of smoking it, I ate it. And I'm really super stoned from it. Super stoned like as if I smoked it. So anybody out there who's smoking weed, don't smoke it, because I have a upper respiratory lung disease. It's called bullous changes in the bilateral apices or apices. And that's what I have, is upper respiratory lung infection from smoking cigarettes 8 years ago. I quit, and I just stopped smoking pot about 5 months ago. So I don't smoke pot anymore in my videos, if you notice that I used to, but I don't anymore. But I ate a little bit today just to try it and see what happened. And it does a trick. I feel good. It kind of uplifted me, and I feel really stoned. And it's a body buzz, and it's a body buzz and a head buzz the same way as when you smoke it. It just takes a little longer to hit you, and when it does, it's a creeper. It creeps up on you. So I'm doing that right now, feeling that for the last couple of hours there, and I don't really like being stoned. I like being with it. I'm sober, so, you know. But if it's a good stone where I feel like, I've been listening to this video called Ayahuasca by a group called Darion. I guess I want to do some ayahuasca too, huh? Yeah. Like, I want to try shamanic things to bring me to higher states of elevation spiritually, you know, so I can learn from them. I've always done that off and on, but it has been years since I have, and I just saw this video called Ayahuasca by a group called Darion. And that's really good. You got to check it out. You need to go check that video out. Therion, Darion, and the video is called Ayahuasca. Check it out. It's the baddest heavy metal song ever, and it just takes you away like you're on an ayahuasca trip. And the song is the best song I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I'm gonna make up this fire tonight here and burn this barbecue. I'm gonna have a nice vegan barbecue. See, take a look right there. Look at all that good vegan. See, you go vegan, man. I was thinking about meat today, too, and how I used to eat it. It tastes so darn good and all that, but have some discipline. You know what I mean? Look, make yourself something else. Figure out some other recipes and cook. Darn cook. I can make yogurt. I'm going to make some chickpea yogurt, and you can add any fruit to that. You know, pineapple, cherries, or, you know, anything organic to it, and make it taste like that. Bananas. I make it into banana pudding. Okay? I make the best banana pudding you ever had. Look at those. There's these skewers right here. This is mushrooms and pineapple. See that? See those chunks of pineapple on there? And mushrooms. Bam! And then put seasoning and spices all over it. Chili powder, cayenne pepper, garlic, pepper. Yep, and garlic. Look at those mushrooms. See that? Doesn't that look good? Like that. And then you got this one right here with onions, a mushroom, onions, and bell pepper or peppers. So you just get yourself some bunch of peppers and put those in there. And then I'm going to skew them. Tonight I'm going mushroom happy, so I've just got a bunch of mushroom planks. I've never done this many mushrooms ever. I just want to eat a lot of mushrooms. They're the best. And then pineapple too, putting that chunks of pineapple on there. Oh, come on now. Don't be, you know, and I got rice and split peas already cooked. So I'm ready to eat that. But I'm going to have this barbecue first. Then I'm going to have some white rice. And then I'm going to have my split pea soup after that, which is very thick and good. Green split peas, oh, it's going to be good. I'm eating like a king tonight. Then I'm gonna make some applesauce out of apples with organic apples and put some cinnamon in it, maybe some raisins and sweeten it up just a bit. I can make that or chocolate. I can make some pure cacao chocolate into chocolate bars or whatever. Like I said, I'm gonna make some chickpea yogurt out of chickpeas. You take that and you make it. You can make yogurt out of it. Look it up on YouTube. How to make chickpea yogurt. You don't have to use dairy. You don't need to enslave a cow every time we have to have milk for things. You're enslaving cows. When you eat an egg, you're murdering an animal. Every time you eat an egg, you're murdering an animal. Remember that. It's a baby, so it's just like you're having an abortion. You're killing off something that could have lived. So don't eat eggs. It's bad for your health too. All meat and eggs are horrible for your health, and all that meat is bad for your health. We know that. It's a fact. They say that people that eat red meat twice a week have double the risk for type 2 diabetes. It's a new study. So, anyways, you can make your own meat. I make black bean burger patties out of black beans. Black bean burger patties, if you've seen in my other videos, and it looks just like meat and tastes better than meat, and it's better for you. And you don't have to enslave animals. You don't want to kill animals. That's the thing. Is people need to wake up. Every time you take a bite of meat, you're killing an animal. There's an animal suffering. Okay, and I can't candy coat it for you. I can't candy coat it. It's just something you're gonna all have to wake up to, and deal with. We can't be killing animals. Every one of those animals in those cages are crying. They cry before they go to the slaughterhouse. They're in fear. Imagine how you would feel. And then they kill all these animals. Watch a slaughterhouse video. Watch one where they kill chickens. I just saw one a bit ago where they killed chickens and electrocuted their heads. You know what I mean? And then some of the chickens would lift their heads up out of the thing so they wouldn't get electrocuted in the water. Okay? And then when they did that, and then when the ones that made it through and lifted their head up because they were smart enough to not put their head in the water, they come up and slit their throats after that. Okay? Not one of those chickens made it out of that slaughterhouse. They never do. Think about that. Think if that was you. You know what I mean? That's why you want to stop eating meat too. It's bad for you. Meat's bad for you, but that's the real reason you want to quit too. Is because as animals, you can call a dog your best friend and a cat your best friend, but you can go ahead and kill an animal and eat it. Come on, it doesn't make sense. These animals are our friends. You know how animals teach you stuff too. You just watch them. Watch what they do. I watch the birds and the cats and everything, how they survive and how they're relaxed out there when they're homeless and surviving, and they're still relaxed as hell. More relaxed than me sometimes, right? When you walk by, it's like, damn, that cat's relaxed as hell and it's homeless. But it's looking at you like, what's your trip, man? What are you all afraid of? You know what I mean? Like, because if you were homeless, you'd be afraid, but you have to get over that shit. That's why animals can teach you so much on how to be just wild and natural and not care, about the fears would go away, the normal fears. I get animals that come to my doorstep and die sometimes, even in my hands. I had a couple rats die in my hands. It's like they come to me, but watching them, how brave they are when it comes to death, man, that could teach you something right there. The animal just looks you in the eye and it's like, it faces whatever horrible fate it's facing. I've seen them suffer. I've seen a blackbird come up here that was just burning up in the sun and couldn't even walk, and then just died on my porch, and I couldn't do anything for it except just put cold water over it and pamper it and give it all the luxuries I could, but it passed away, just because of its health. It can't, when you break its wing and it can't get around, the health deteriorates from a bird. So you can't have a broken wing on a bird. Then that's going to lead to death for that bird in the end, because it's going to have to carry that weight around, and finally it can't, and then it can't fly anymore, and it loses its strength and power and passes away. They have to have their power to fly, or they're not going to live. That's just birds, So when they're in the wild, that's the way they are. And this one was a bad break too. Where it's bad. I don't know if a dog bit it or something like that. But I just want to say that the Earth is flat too. I want you all to know that seas lay level. This. I'm gonna put you on flat Earth. You know this. I'm about flat Earth and telling the truth. Okay, all mountains are giant petrified tree stumps from the mountains that used to be around here. Your whole place was a bunch of trees before. All the mountains, and the Earth is flat and endless, and it goes on forever flat and endless. And there was this huge trees here. Okay, that was what was here before. Okay, before you were born. Okay, and then they haven't told you this truth yet. They made up a bunch of lies so you don't know where the hell you're at. Just like in Smallville, the TV show Smallville, or these shows where they put a society and take them away from everybody and give them create everything for them, and that society doesn't even know what's going on anymore because their whole reality is constructed for them. That's you. Okay, that's us right here. That's the world we're in. Okay, you're in that movie. You're in that. Okay, you're in a movie and you're the joke. They're laughing at you. Okay, they're watching you. Okay, you need to wake up. They're watching every move you make, and they're controlling every move you make, and you don't even realize it. None of you realize it. You know, I'm telling you, and you know it's true. Every move you make trickles down to them. It's affiliated with them. It has something to do with them every single time. You pay your taxes. It goes to who? The government. You know what I mean? It goes right to the people that are screwing you over, that are holding you captive in the flat earth. It goes on forever, and there should be big, huge trees here that you could feed off of and live in, and you don't have to answer to nobody. And that's the truth. That's the way it was before. And they chopped all those trees down, and you see all the mountains around you are tree stumps from these big trees that used to be here. Okay? And you should be definitely excited about hearing this news. You know, if you didn't know that, it should excite you and get you going and go, hey, I'm more than just a amoeba spinning on a spinning water rocket in fake space. Space doesn't even exist, and you're on a spinning water ball. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be going 66,000 miles around the sun and spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and 66,000 miles around the sun you're going miles an hour, and then you're hurtling through the galaxy at 250,000 miles an hour, and you're not feeling a darn thing, and everything lines up perfectly. Everything lines up perfectly. All the stars, everything's the same every year, and nothing moves either. Everything's just lined up perfectly. All it's bullshit. If that was really happening, we'd be dead by now, or something. We'd have a lot of action going on besides what we went through. We haven't had no action at all. Nothing new under the sun, huh? Not a darn thing new, huh? You can predict everything every day because you don't have any fears. You're not on a spinning ball in space getting ready to slam into an asteroid. Never. That will never happen because space doesn't exist. Okay? So you're on a flat Earth, and the flat Earth used to be a big forest, and you're tree people. You come from trees. You are tree people. Okay, you're like Tarzan in the jungle. That's what we were before. But we would have beautiful homes built into the tree. You know, we just go right into the nook of a tree, and there was your home right there. And you travel from tree to tree, and you had what's called adventure in your life, which you don't have any of it now because you're stuck in one area only, where they keep you trapped in one area only on a flat Earth, and you're in a perimeter, and they won't let you outside of those boundaries. You know what I mean? But before, you could go wherever you want, and you had what's called adventure and exploration, and you don't have any of that now. You go to work and you come home. You go to work and you come home. It's the same. You have to come back to that same spot every day, or you're homeless. And then if you get too much, you're in jail. You know, it's all a big setup, don't you see? They've got you trapped. They got you trapped into the system here, where you're not even allowed to be back in nature again, where you came from, and back in those trees that used to be miles high, big trees. You know what I mean? With big houses, just built. You could just jump into the nook of a branch and get lost forever. You know what I mean? Like, that's how big these trees were. It was like cities, you know what I mean, in the sky of trees. Like in the movie Avatar, the cartoon Avatar. That explains exactly the way it used to be, but it was even on a grander scale than that. These trees were everywhere. There was no sky to be seen hardly, and only in certain areas, you know, but for some areas it would be covered with just trees, and you couldn't see sky. It was just all forest around you, and that's what you lived in. All forest with huge, massive trees around you. And you were free. You didn't have to answer to nobody. You didn't have to go to work. You didn't have to do anything. All you do is pick fruit from trees all day and take care of yourself. You know what I mean? That's all you should have to do in this world, is be free and be able to go around picking fruits from trees and vegetables and doing whatever you want and not harming anybody else, and we all live happily ever after. That's the way it was. And they took that all from you, okay? And put masks on you too, and created this fake virus and all this crap, okay? So I'm unleashing a lot on you. Everything's fake. The news is fake. Everything you know is fake. The moon is fake. It's a man-made hologram. The only thing that's real is the sun, and that's the spirit from the tree of life at the North Pole. The sun is a live spirit, a soul that goes around. That's why it's called soul in Spanish, and it is a soul. It's a living chakra, a living crown chakra of all, and it just emits circles off of it like crazy, making concentric circles that make what's called your chakras, and those are real. And that's what the sun does. It's a live chakra, and that's why if you look at it when they have the weather balloons next to it, it emits a bunch of circles coming off of it, and you can see it, and they form flower of life patterns everywhere. Flower of life patterns. So the sun's just telling you, I'm a big chakra, and I'm going around and feeding everybody. It's the main chakra. It came from the main tree at the North Pole, and that's like where you celebrate Christmas every year, the chopping down of the tree of life at the North Pole. And that's what Christmas represents, and the aurora borealis lights of the sun going into Mount Meru at the North Pole, the tree stump. I love you all. More videos coming, and I'm going to spill more truth to you. I love you all. Flat Earth Power.